Chat, I'm freaking out right now. Welcome to my Summer Game Fest stream, where there's a lot of stuff going on today and a lot of stuff going on this week, and we don't really know anything that is happening, but we have made a lot of predictions over the last few days, and people in the entire Guild Wars community has been making a ton of predictions over the last few days, and I am super excited to see what is actually going to be happening today. Like, what is being announced? Many people think it's Guild Wars 3, many people think it's a new Guild Wars 2 expansion, many people think it is a standalone Guild Wars game. So let's go ahead and just wait around for a little bit. We can play some Dragon Bash and whatnot and go over what it could possibly be. Where first things first is I'm gonna go onto my YouTube page and go to my posts, where like 2-3 days ago I made a poll asking what people think this announcement is, because it really could be any number of different things. 50% of people think it's Guild Wars 3, 22% think it's a Guild Wars 2 expansion, 22% think it's a standalone Guild Wars game, and I use the example of Lion's Arch Guild Wars Arena as an example, and 6% think it is something really random. And I think the most important thing, as always, as we go into anything like this, is to just recognize that we have no idea what's coming and should always temper our expectations. But there's a lot of evidence that it could be certain things, where there's a ton of evidence pointing towards it being Guild Wars 3, which I think is like the primary reason why so many people think it is Guild Wars 3. But there's some information that it could be potentially a standalone Guild Wars game, where Lion's Arch Guild Wars Arena is like the biggest one that we know of from like behind the scenes of like a game that's potentially going to be releasing, where that might be like a placeholder name too, by the way. And then another big thing is the idea of Mistbound, where some people think like Guild Wars Mistbound could be like a whole standalone game idea, or it could be like Guild Wars 3 with like the subtitle of Mistbound, or it could be a Guild Wars 2 expansion that's called Mistbound. And I think out of like all three of those potential options, specifically within the idea of it being like Mistbound, Guild Wars 2 Mistbound maybe makes the most sense for like an expansion name, because I think Guild Wars 3 having like a subtitle would be like a little weird. Like I don't know how I feel about that. And I think a lot of people say Guild Wars 3 wouldn't necessarily be named Guild Wars 3, it would be named something different. But I really think the potential Guild Wars 3 would actually just be called straight up Guild Wars 3, like how Guild Wars 2 is called Guild Wars 2. There's a player over there. Oh, I forgot about that whole thing where you can attack players with that thingy. There's just so much potential stuff it could be. But there's the whole Project I thing that a lot of people have talked about as being a potential candidate for what this announcement is, which Project I would most likely be Guild Wars 3 if it happened to be Guild Wars 3, where so many people said Project I looks like Guild Wars 2, and it does not look like Guild Wars 2 to me, to be completely honest. And if I were to make a random prediction, Project I is like, if it's like a big thing, it's most likely the Riot MMO, but it could be really any number of different things. Which, for people who don't know, this is like a friends and family, word of mouth playtest for an unannounced MMO game that some people have been playing a little bit of, and there's some footage of. So I got a lot of people in like every MMO community speculating a lot about it, and with so much Guild Wars speculation going on, people think maybe it could be something Guild Wars related. I don't think that's the case. Where the idea of like, it's called Project I, right? That's the code name. The idea of Project I is like a PvPvE game. I don't really see too much about it. That's like open world, and it's kind of like a MOBA extraction type of game, is what I saw a lot of people explaining the game to be like. Where I haven't looked at it too much, but I watched like a little bit of footage, and could potentially be something, but I highly doubt it personally. Where I think like any amount of like playtesting will probably happen pretty like apparently and actively where there'll be like potentially like alphas for any new game, and then definitely beta tests as we would expect, since there's been like so many beta tests for Guild Wars 2 with every expansion, most so with like Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. And then of course Guild Wars 2 itself had like 4 beta weekends, right, spread out over time prior to the release of Guild Wars 2. So I think with like any new game, be it Guild Wars 3 or otherwise that's announced, there'd probably be a pretty decent window between present day and when that game potentially releases. And I think some people need to remember, like, Guild Wars 2 was announced in 2008 and then released in 2012, and I don't think the window would be that long, especially since we know that Guild Wars 3 was greenlit in 2022, was it? And since we know from the NCSoft document leaks that Guild Wars 3 entered production at least in 2024 at the earliest. So at the earliest, Guild Wars 3 has been in production for 2 years, and then could have been any amount of time earlier. I'm sure there was like some pre-production stuff done on Guild Wars 3 on ArenaNet's part, even if it wasn't greenlit by NCSoft. So I'm sure there's already like a little bit of foundation there as far as like ideas and like conceptualizing what the game would exactly be like goes. And as far as like any Guild Wars 3 production goes, we know that there is an MMO that is set in the Guild Wars universe that is being developed on Unreal Engine 5 that is being developed, which most likely means Guild Wars 3. It doesn't necessarily mean it, but most likely an MMO set in the Guild Wars universe would be a Guild Wars 3. Whether or not that is being announced today is a completely different thing, because WoW is something that is being created, and WoW is something that will most likely release eventually. Doesn't necessarily mean it's being announced today. I think a lot of people have a lot of like nervousness around ArenaNet creating new projects, because there's all of the mobile games that were being developed several years ago and then completely scrapped, or they like salvaged one of the trailers for it and used it for kind of a weird Guild Wars 2 trailer that a lot of people were very hesitant about and didn't really like it because it was kind of funky. And then there's like the whole ArenaNet working on the Horizon leak, and of course that got swapped to somebody else. And we know, I'm not sure if it's directly connected to the unannounced Guild Wars centric MMO game that we know about, but we also know that Guild Wars, or ArenaNet, excuse me, has been working on a game that has crossplay that's set in the Guild Wars universe, which again could be any number of different things. We know ArenaNet's been working on the Guild Wars trading card game, which is a big contender for what could be announced today. But the worry about something like a trading card game or anything that's really not Guild Wars 3 at this point, or anything that's like not a new big Guild Wars game that could be theoretically like described as Guild Wars 3, is that there's been so much hype over the last few days about Guild Wars 3, where so many people, like over 50% of the community, thinks Guild Wars 3 is being announced today, and that if it's not announced, that's kind of disappointing. But also that media outlets contacted ArenaNet to ask if Guild Wars 3 was being announced today, and ArenaNet said no comment, instead of either one, recognizing that so many people are like freaking out about the idea of Guild Wars 3, and that if they didn't announce Guild Wars 3, it would be a massive marketing blunder, where they could have really solved that like several days ago when media outlet companies were asking about it. Or two, just ignore the media outlet companies. Like, they went out of their way to specifically say no comment, which kind of means that it's happening, is what a lot of people assume from like ArenaNet specifically saying no comment. So if it's not Guild Wars 3 because they like went out of their way to say no comment, I think that'll hurt the whole marketing of whatever's happening a lot. And ArenaNet's honestly been doing a really great job in marketing in the last like year or two, which like a lot of people always dunk on ArenaNet marketing for good reasons oftentimes, especially with like 2012 Guild Wars marketing, or Guild Wars 2 marketing rather, where there was a lot of blunders with the live action trailer and with the taxi cab like ad campaign thingy, whatever. And then there's been like weird crossovers and stuff that people haven't been like the most happy about. But largely speaking, over the last year or so, ArenaNet's been really good at marketing, which makes people suspicious about like what exactly is happening, because we see Guild Wars 1 has gotten so much stuff. Oh, my countdown is completely wrong, by the way. Maybe I'll just get rid of this. I thought I figured it out. Guild Wars 1 has been getting so much attention recently with Reforged, and now with the mobile release of Reforged. And then Guild Wars 2 has been getting ads at like every like big gaming thing, where they had an ad at the Game Awards and they had an ad at Summer Game Fest last year, which is unlike ArenaNet to do. And there's been a lot of marketing towards Guild Wars 2 itself. There's been the new Discord that released 3 days ago, was it? 4 days ago? Which is very interesting to see that there's finally an official Discord that features Guild Wars 1 stuff, Guild Wars 2 stuff, and people figured out that there's a bunch of hidden channels on the Guild Wars Discord, which makes people a little suspicious about the next thing being not a Guild Wars 1 thing and not a Guild Wars 2 thing. Could potentially be like a Guild Wars 3 thing or a standalone game if there's a bunch of hidden channels on the Discord that might be enabled in a couple of hours once an announcement is made, in order to have a space for whatever new project is being announced.
We get plenty of char.
Where I've talked about how this announcement really could be literally anything. We have no idea. And I'm always hesitant to like lock in a guess because, you know, what do I know? But I think if I were to throw in like a 100% like confirmed guess on my part, it would have to be Guild Wars 3, because it's just a thing that makes the most sense. And I started talking about this like a month ago, where I've been following the development cycle of Guild Wars 3 for like 2-3 years now, almost, maybe like a year and like 11 months. And I started becoming very, very confident like a month ago that Guild Wars 3 is on the horizon, just from everything we've seen behind the scenes with the production of Guild Wars 3. And then a few weeks later, we have this massive announcement, which just makes me kind of like, it just reinforces like my gut instinct that I started having like a month or so ago, that we're getting close to Guild Wars 3. Which, combined with the fact that the last couple of Guild Wars 2 expansions were confirmed like 2 years prior to the official announcement of that expansion, yet there's no confirmation about expansion number 7, which I actually do think we'll see expansion number 7. It's fun to make a guess even if you're wrong. Yeah, 100%. But like, people are going to dunk on me, you know? But yeah, my guess is Guild Wars 3. As long as you don't get upset that you're wrong if you are. Yeah, I'm excited for pretty much anything that ArenaNet announces. Like, I think the thing that I would want the most and the thing I'm most excited about is Guild Wars 3, but I'm going to be super excited for a Guild Wars 2 expansion. I'm going to be super excited for a Guild Wars 1 expansion, if they happen to do that. Some people think that. I'm going to be... Thank you. I'm going to be super excited for any Guild Wars standalone game. Like, honestly, I would play any Guild Wars standalone game, I think. Even if it's a genre I don't like. Like, I've talked about an RTS game would be cool. An ARPG game would be cool. The trading card game we know is being developed. Like, I'm not a big trading card guy, but I would play the heck out of a Guild Wars trading card game. A lot of people... I think this is more of an April Fool's idea that would be good for ArenaNet, but a Stargo Goldclaw dating simulator is an absolutely ridiculous idea for a game that is technically set in the Guild Wars universe and is a genre game that I don't really like. Like, I like life sims like Palia and Stardew Valley where you can marry people, but like specifically games that entirely revolve around like dating simulators. I don't like those games personally, but I would still play the heck out of a Snargle Go College dating simulator. Yeah, I think the trading card game would be really fun. This is my 100% dream scenario for like what will happen is that today we'll have an announcement of Guild Wars 3, and then with it we'll also have an announcement of a Guild Wars 2 Eye of the North / Hall of Monuments / Beyond equivalent that we saw with Guild Wars 1, which, to just summarize for people who don't know, is basically like a set of content in Guild Wars 2 specifically designed about putting Guild Wars 2 in like a good spot to be finished as a game, while also transitioning the story into what we could potentially see as Guild Wars 3. And that completely ignores the entire thought that Guild Wars 3 and Guild Wars 2 are games that happen simultaneously, either story-wise, where we're in like an alternate area in Guild Wars 3, or just developmentally wise, where Guild Wars 3 could be set so far in the future or so far in the past that it doesn't matter what's happening in Guild Wars 2 and won't really have an impact on Guild Wars 3. So both games could easily continue getting expansions and whatnot. But I would want that piece of content in Guild Wars 2 with the announcement of a Guild Wars 3. And then starting after Guild Wars 3, I think it's really the most optimal time, in my opinion, for ArenaNet to really start branching out, which is something that they want to do and they've like tried to do internally in Guild Wars 2, but it just doesn't work out well for them. I think the next best opportunity is following the release of Guild Wars 3, they start releasing standalone games that are set in the Guild Wars universe, where the trading card game could be maybe their first one, since that seems to be what they work the most on as far as like a standalone game goes, where like maybe 2 years into like Guild Wars 3's life they announced the trading card game, and then they can have like every standalone game feeding into Guild Wars 3 as well, where like a standalone game releasing now would like potentially feed into Guild Wars 2 as far as like cross promo items and stuff, like how you can get Guild Wars 1 items in Guild Wars 2. Speaking of which, Hall of Monuments Guild Wars 2 to Guild Wars 3 is like a really big thing that people would want, but I think it would be really cool to also have Hall of Monuments from Guild Wars 1 go to Guild Wars 3 as well. Now that could be like a complete copy paste, or you just have like every item that you can get from the Hall of Monuments in Guild Wars 2 you can also get in Guild Wars 3, which I think people would like. But mostly, and something that I would expect more is from a bare minimum, is if you have God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals, the title for having 32 titles in Guild Wars 1 that you can get in Guild Wars 2, which is like the most prestigious thing you can get in Guild Wars 1. It would make sense if you could get that title, Wham, in Guild Wars 3 as well. And like maybe not all the items and ranger pets and minis and whatnot that you can get, just at least the main big title. But then they would have like items and ranger pets, assuming there's a ranger in Guild Wars 3, and any other items from Guild Wars 2 into Guild Wars 3, plus any titles from Guild Wars 2 to Guild Wars 3, on top of getting Guam from Guild Wars 1 into Guild Wars 3 like you can in Guild Wars 2. I think that would be something people would really want. And I think the idea of a trading card game is like super exciting. Like I would love a standalone Guild Wars game, but I think if the announcement today is not Guild Wars 3, yeah, I think Ranger and Mesmer and like Warrior are like guaranteed for Guild Wars 3. But if Guild Wars 3 is not announced today, or a massive standalone game that's like a massive open world game isn't announced today, anything else is going to be super disappointing. So like the idea of a trading card game would be really cool, but if that's what's being announced today, I think so many people will be so mad. Especially since like every single ArenaNet content creator started talking and like released Guild Wars 3 videos at the same exact time on the same day, on top of ArenaNet saying no comment. People were looking at the guildwars3.com website that got like updated today, like the web address or whatever, which doesn't mean anything of course, but you know, everything adds on to being suspicious. The sale today lasts for 3 days. There was 3 Summer Game Fest achievements. Wonder Wish rewards 3 of the guaranteed wardrobe unlocks. I don't think it will be Guild Wars 3, even though everyone is hyped for it. What do you think it'll be? Guild Wars 2 expansion? I think Guild Wars 2 expansion is a likely candidate. Could also be Standalone Guild Wars game as well as another likely candidate. Yeah, I feel like they're doing just a lot of like references to 3, and I think this is kind of going into like super crazy conspiracy theory territory where you like see 3 literally everywhere, just because of the, I forget the exact name, but it's like the psychological phenomenon of like when you think about something, you start seeing that something more often, even though that something has always existed at like the same rate. But just because you've been thinking about it, you see it more. Might be an X back for Guild Wars 1, but that's my one. I think a lot of people would be pretty excited from an expansion, or I don't know, how do they differ expansions and campaigns? I think technically if you were to like make them 2 different ideas, it would be, people would mostly want a campaign, because like Eye of the North is like a continuation, standalone continuation of like all 3 campaigns, and like the campaigns are in like linear order of course, but like they're all really unique pieces of content that are completely separate from one another, and I think people would want a unique piece of content that is separated from everything else, compared to like something like Eye of the North that's like a continuation of everything else. People would want like 2 new classes and a completely new, unique part of the world that is like concentrated in like one part of the world, where you're not going like to Radisum in the Maguma jungle up to the Eye of the North, down to Bloodstone, or not Sparkfly, Finn, and whatnot. Yeah, I think every Guild Wars 1 player will always hope for a Guild Wars 1 campaign. I was just checking, there's 1 minute until the stream starts. I might have to adjust volumes and stuff as we get started. But I'm just so excited to see what ArenaNet's announcing today. Guild Wars 3, Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 1, Lion's Arch, Guild Wars Arena, Guild Wars Mistbound. There was another Guild Wars name that was like found in like a data set somewhere or something. I don't remember what it was though. So many possibilities. But if I'm to lock in an answer, just to lock in an answer, I think it's Guild Wars 3, because there's so much stuff pointing towards it being Guild Wars 3. But my expectation is that it could be anything. Something as big as Guild Wars 3 or a standalone game, all the way down to they're going to show another taxi cab commercial. Mobile app for the training post would be sick. Let's go full screen. This way. Let me know how the volume is. And I need to get rid of this countdown. I think they go up a little bit. And oh wait, I thought I got baited. Okay, I accidentally went back. It's a little low here. I'll go all the way.
Welcome to the stage, the creator of the Game Awards.
This is good. Oh, I'm pressing my mute button to cough, and it sends me all the way back. Okay, I'll manually mute. So, this is some stuff. Okay, that's good. That's good. Don't press my mute cue anymore, because that's go back 6 minutes on YouTube video keybind apparently.
Yes, you guys are prepped and ready. It's a good one, don't worry. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Summer Game Fest, gaming's biggest global showcase of what's next. You know, we started SGF back in 2020.
I've been talking everything ArenaNet and like everything Guild Wars, because that's what I'm most excited for. But I'm also interested to see what else is happening today and this weekend.
About the future. New worlds, new stories, new characters, and yeah, maybe the return of some fan favorites too. This is our 7th and biggest SGF, and I have to say, guys, the magic is back. We have a great show for you today. Now, over the next 2 hours, we, alongside some of the world's most talented game developers, are going to show you why gaming's best days are right ahead of us. What I love about SGF is that we put platforms and rivalries aside. It doesn't matter where you play, everyone is welcome here today. And right now, everyone has a lot of games to play. As you can see behind me, in just the first 5 months of 2026, Steam saw a record-setting 9,265 new game releases, and that's up from 7,800 last year. There are
I
now
think this is a
more
bit
games and
misleading
more
because of
creators than at any
the amount
point
of shovelware
in the
on
history
Steam.
of this great medium. Now, sure, a cynic might look at those numbers and think, how can anyone possibly break through with their game? But then you look closer. So far this theme, 10 of those,
okay, that's not
they
my
come
fault.
from anyone possibly break through with their game. But then you look closer. We're brand new IPs like
me. I
Nugenics,
promise.
Windrose, or Far Far West. That
Yeah, this
tells you something
year's already been
important.
crazy
Players,
for
you guys
games.
are hungry for new experiences.
I think
You want
Palisade, I sent you
originality, games at
Scritchy
different
Scratch
price
or whatever
points.
it's called. I
And
think
when
you would like that
developers
game.
take bold, creative swings,
Where
turns out
Coin
you
was so
guys show
popular.
up for them.
We have Subnautica
really
2
great.
this
So
year.
congratulations to all those games.
Yeah, Slay the Spire 2 this year.
Now, you know, some
Scritchy
games,
Scratchy,
they become
that's what it
global blockbusters, but others actually find smaller, passionate communities that love them deeply. And
like the
today,
card
both of those
scratching
concepts matter.
game.
The truth is, not every game
You
has
take
to
like a
be
coin
for
and
everyone.
it's like
That's what makes
the
this
scratch
medium so
offs
exciting
or
right
whatever
now
it's called
and
for
makes
like real life
SGF
gambling,
so rewarding.
but
Because
made into a
this
video
show
game.
helps drive discovery. I hope you find your next favorite game today. So get ready to get wish listing. Should we get on with the show?
I should probably keep a list of what games I'm excited
Okay.
for that get announced. I'll always do that.
It's going to be a fun ride. So let's get started with our preview of what's ahead with our first announcement.
First announcement. Not Guild Wars. Jeff did say that the final announcement today, not tonight, is a single player, story driven narrative game. Which could be something Guild Wars related, but not. Is Steam affiliated with this? I think like in some ways everybody's affiliated with this.
Oui? Qui est-ce? So, you're the American who called earlier. The sister of the man on the third floor. Ah, welcome to Paris. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, it's freezing. Come in.
Buy it.
Come in. We don't want you to
Everything's
catch a
on sale
cold.
right now.
I hate to say it,
Steam
but
summer sale starts in
your
20
mother
days to you.
is, well, quite odd. In we go.
You know, this could be GTA 6, but this is kind of feeling like a game set in Paris. Yeah, this feels creepy to me immediately. Like, I'm a little sus of the old lady here.
Oh là là. Mais quelle pagaille. He's made such a mess again. Think, I just cleaned it up a week ago.
I was kind of expecting her to like
It's like a boulder rolled through here.
be a monster
Huh?
type of thing where like tentacles pop out of her chest or something.
Ah,
There's
the
still
delightful
time left.
biscuit. I'm sure he won't notice if we help ourselves.
Is this the player character's brother's apartment that
I'm
we're
so
looking at right
sorry.
now?
It must be the maintenance. Bring some nice coffee.
Not the knock at the door. I'm not a big fan of scary games. Because I get scared. And we're starting off with this. Oh, there's nothing on the other side. Don't open the door. I got jump scared. Oh, is this Wolfenstein?
field.
Resident Evil. That makes more sense. They showed the RE5. I'm like, oh wait. This is so cool. I dig Resident Evil for scary game. As far as scary games go, Resident Evil is like more on the fine side for me. But it's definitely spooky.
Capcom on a roll. What a way to kick off the show. Resident Evil Veronica revisits
I think that's a
classic
big
title from the
announcement.
Resident Evil universe, reimagining the experience for today's players. Thank you to Takeuchi-san and Capcom for that incredible news. Now, some surprise breaking news from one of the top independent game studios in the world.
Hi, Erica.
Hello there, I'm Cuphead here at
Said
Studio
independent game
MDHR
studio, and I thought ArenaNet for a
headquarters.
second, but
and
they're
today,
not
we have a
independent.
special announcement for all of you.
We
We're
need to
happy
be
confirm
hearing
that development has
for
begun
anything
on a brand
ArenaNet,
new,
Guild Wars, Tyria.
hand-animated
If
Cuphead
he
video
says something
game.
about someone smiling, we have to assume
Our
it's Colin
talented team is hard at
Johansson.
work on this ambitious project, which will take Cuphead and friends on a fresh, exciting adventure.
Oh, a new Cuphead game?
It's still in early stages, but we look forward to revealing more when the time is right. Well, from all of us here at Studio MDHR, thank you for... I didn't know this was plugged in. Hello? Yes? Oh, indeed. Oh, you want me to tell them? Yes, I'll tell them.
I've never
Yes,
played, but
right
I've seen
now.
a lot of the original Cuphead. I watched like a full playthrough.
Well, it seems I have
There's like
one more
Cuphead 2
surprise.
released. There you go, right?
A small team within our studio has been working in secret on something completely different. This new project is a love letter to the era that brought us into the world of video games. We have prepared a sneak peek, and I'd say
Erica, have you played Cuphead?
it's pretty radical.
I feel like I have a memory of
Over
that.
here. Ahem. Pretty radical.
Let's roll the clip.
Now in development at Studio MDHR. It's Mighty Cuphead Adventure. A new fast-action platform shooter with arcade-quality graphics and amazing
Wait, this
sound.
is so fun.
Mighty Cuphead Adventure.
Only from Studio MDHR.
Oh, you've only seen some. What a fun idea.
You know I love my puppets. That was great. And there you have it. Two brand
Jeff
new
does
games
love
from
his
Studio
puppets.
MDHR up in Canada with Mighty Cuphead Adventure, a true 8-bit action platformer coming to consoles and PC, and then a brand new hand-animated Cuphead game has been confirmed too. Great news.
Yeah, both these
All
games
right.
so far
Well, now
seem very
please
cool.
join me in welcoming my co-host and partner in a new game discovery website called Looking for Game. It's Lucy James, everyone.
Thanks,
love the
Jeff.
flowers.
I am thrilled to be back here at Summer Game Fest, and I'm excited to share in so many incredible announcements. Now, this next one is very special for me. It's a game we've all been waiting to see for a long time.
A long time? Half-Life 3? Definitely not Guild Wars with this one.
やってくれたわね。大きな損失よ。こんな失態を見逃す会社ではないの。これは最後のチャンス。
this Japanese?
Do you understand? Yes. I understand.
Oh, you are right. It is Alien. Good guess. I wasn't really getting any ideas for what it could be. I've never played the first one.
I'm Al Hope, Creative Director of Alien Isolation 2.
And I'm Anna Sofikowa, Art Director of Alien Isolation 2.
Yeah, two kind of spooky games so far.
On behalf of the whole survival team at Creative Assembly, we're very excited to share our return to the survival horror genre. It's been 12 years since we released the first Alien Isolation, and we're continuing what we started, creating an authentic new chapter.
Oh yeah, I've never played the
builds
first
on that
one,
core
so
isolation experience
I don't know what the
of
ship's
escaping
like.
the terrifying, unkillable, relentless alien.
And this
I got it
time,
like
we're
right
unleashing the alien
before
on an unsuspecting
they
colony
showed the
world.
title, just
From
because
the
they showed the
claustrophobic confines
alien,
of the
of
colony
course.
itself
I
to the
recognize the
exposed
alien,
and
but
stone-ravaged landscape surrounding it, Kurosaki Station is a new hunting ground for the ultimate apex predator. Players will face a desperate struggle to survive and escape, and we cannot wait to show you more in the future. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Anna and Al. Today, we are honored to have one of gaming's true visionaries here with us in the audience. For more than 2 decades, his work has reminded us that games can be emotional,
Gabe
deeply
Newell?
human. From Eco to Shadow of
No.
the Colossus to The Last Guardian, he has left an unforgettable mark on this medium.
They were
Please
working on
join
a
me in
new
recognizing
game,
the
right?
legendary Fumito Ueda-san. Ueda-san, great to see you.
I forget what the game is. It was announced in the Game Awards, right? Last
And
December.
now, let's talk about his next game. A few years ago, we gave you an early glimpse at Ueda-san's
Oh, it was a
next
few
game,
years
then
ago?
known as Project Robot. Well, now, it's time to step deeper into the mysterious, unsettling, and epic world that marks Ueda's first game in a decade. Let's take a look.
I've never played Shadow of the Colossus, but I've heard like phenomenal things about it. Was it epic? It seems really cool. Yeah, it definitely looks fun. This kind of gives the vibes of it, but like futuristic. That's a cool shot. Gen Atlas. All 4 games so far look
Does
cool.
that look incredible? Oh, all right.
I'm sure lots of people will find reasons to hate every single game, though.
All right.
People
well,
love
next
hating
we
games.
travel to the east, to China, circa 848 AD. Blood Message is a cinematic single-player action-adventure
does look
game
really
from
cool.
NetEase. You are a messenger who embarks on a perilous eastward odyssey with your son, fighting against impossible odds.
trying to figure out what this is. I thought it was a bird. It's like a bloated bird. Weird chicken thing.
却从未有人坚守如我等之久。今日天枪大捷，以寡破众，陪对着当即首功。好剑，又进进了。
该你了。
Oh yeah, chicken pottery makes a lot more sense. It kind of looked like that. So realistic looking though.
再不投降，全部杀光！
人都死了，哪儿来的枪？
由来征战地，不见有人还。
Blood message.
我的安宁，还有像安宁一样的孩子们。
Okay, now I fully understand it now. That's fun.
Now please welcome a game developer who is visiting the US for the first time in 2 decades. From RGG Studio, it's Masayoshi Yokoyama.
That seems cool.
Konnichiwa, Yokoyama です。本日はストレンジャーズ・ヘブンについて新しい発表がございます。まずはこちらの映像をご覧ください。
Hello everyone, this is Yokoyama. Today, we have an exciting new update about Stranger Than Heaven. First, please take a look at this.
調べたぞ、お前らのこと。海の向こうじゃアジア人ってんでのけ者にされて。日本じゃ毛頭扱い。俺は何人なんだって何度も思ったろ。敵討ちか。つまらねえことに人生使ってんだ。大統領。
この件にけじめをつけねえと俺の人生始まらねえんだ。
I feel like one of those things is not like the other. I think this is a Yakuza like story-based game based on like a real idea, but it's not. But it's not like actual Yakuza, the game series. It's a completely separate thing.
3, crazy. Well, Yokoyama, we got a lot to talk about, but first of all, we have a release date.
本作の発売日
I'm
は
confused.
2027年1月15日となります。そして先ほどのトレーラーには新しいキャストも情報が含まれていましたが、
How does
その
that
件に
work?
関してはこの方に語ってもらいましょう。
Stranger Than Heaven will be released on January 15th, 2027. As you may have noticed in the trailer, we revealed some interesting new cast members. To tell you more about that, I'd like to bring out a special guest.
I don't understand how
Please
Tupac
welcome
works.
Snoop Dogg.
Maybe Snoop will explain how we revived Tupac to put him, to make him voice act or model in this game.
Snoops, everyone's talking
I'm a little
about
confused.
this game.
Snoop Dogg's kind of
So
cool.
good to have you
But
here,
Tupac's
man.
my brain's
So
not
you
working
teaming
on
up
how that
with
works.
Yokoyama, tell us, how does this happen? Why do you want to work with RGG?
I mean, I'm a big fan of Sega.
He has
I've been
so
playing that
many
game
side
since it
quests.
first came out, and you know, to be associated with such a great game and such a great person like this and the team that they put together, it's an amazing.
Oh, so High
feat for me,
Blackton.
so I'm happy
Is
to
that how
be
you
part
pronounce your name?
Now, we got to talk about what just announced in this trailer. How's Tupac being a part of this?
You know, the Tupac estate and my son and myself, we work very closely together, so it just made sense to put him in this game because his likeness and his spirit still lives on, and I just feel like it was so connected to what we're doing. So, what y'all think?
Okay,
And
I
what
understand
you're saying,
like
I'm sure you got more
the estate
surprises
and
in
putting
there,
him in
too.
the
I know
game,
the song
but like
sounds great. Well, we're looking forward to hearing more on Stranger Than Heaven. I also want to ask
just
you
don't know
about
how it
something a
works.
couple years ago at TGA. You and Cordell talked about Death Row Games is something that you guys want to do. Any updates on what's happening there, DRG?
Yes, sir. Death Row Games, you know, we're building a hip-hop gaming universe, bringing an authentic culture to life, you know what I'm saying? And we just got a lot of plans that we're planning on actually bringing to life in the next, you know, couple of months.
Okay, well, we'll hopefully hear more on that soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Snoop Dogg. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yokoyama-san, Jamil, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Fantastic.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
More crazy stuff.
Because like
to come.
oftentimes
All
when
right,
you
next
like
we're excited to
you
announce
oftentimes
the
like
stunning
mocap
debut
actors
title
in the
from a
games,
new
right?
Studio in Sweden.
And you
Hex
obviously
is an
can't
open
mocap
world action
Tupac
adventure game from key creators behind the
for
Division and Little
obvious reasons.
Nightmares.
But like
You brave
you can
the
still like
wild
design
north as
Tupac to be in the game, but like how do you put his
stranded in a
voice into the
mind-bending,
game?
Player-shaped procedural world. This is a very cool game. Take a look.
Okay, another creepy game. The AI voice thing is going to be more and more common because it's so much less work for them. Yeah, I definitely see it becoming more prominent. Just do this for a band. Yeah, it just feels weird. Like the game seemed cool up until Tupac. And like inherently, like it's a cool idea, but like I don't know if they're having to use AI to like put him into the game. Like I don't think that's a cool idea anymore. I'm sure some people will be very excited. Yeah, this game seems interesting. Interest.
I can't wait to see more from Hex.
Don't forget to hydrate, folks.
Stunning. We have much more SGF to come, but first on June 14th, Dead by Daylight is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Watch this closely because here's a little tease of what's ahead.
Another scary game. You got your tea next to you. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I've never played Dead by Daylight, and I think this is reinforcing my idea that I'll never play it. Seems cool though. Just not my vibe.
How old are you now?
Is this what I think it is? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, definitely weird. Horror themed games, not my jam really. Yeah, I don't have anything against them. It's just like I personally don't like playing them. Especially with so many games being like jump scare centric horror games. Like I think I vibe more with like psychological like scary games than just like jump scare ones. No, definitely a bard fighting a monster, Dark Souls style. I think bard gameplay needs to be a bigger thing in games. I think it's a fun idea. But maybe I'm just riding the troubadour hype from Guild Wars 2.
Is it dangerous? Edward.
Is this Windrolls?
Privateering. Is it dangerous?
Or is this a different game? I've seen a tiny bit of Windrolls, but
Wouldn't pay so nice
not
if it
really
weren't.
much of it at all.
Gentlemen,
This stream is probably going to get copyright
we do
struck,
not
isn't it?
plunge headlong into folly on the orders of a single madman,
Oh.
but act according to our own collective madness.
Oh, is this the remaster?
So I'll put it to the vote. All those in favor of storming this cove and taking this ship, stomp and shout aye!
I'm guessing this is Black Flag Remaster. I completely forgot they were remastering that.
Can you feel it, Addy? We're moments away from the grandest prize of all.
I kind of zoned out for a second, and then I saw what's his face.
After you,
Like,
Captain. Path ahead is
no,
dangerous.
it's okay to stream that I won't get in trouble with
Don't save me
Jeff
a spot
Keighley,
in hell, Shaka.
but I might get in trouble
I ain't
from
coming.
whoever owns whatever music's being played in specific
Give me a spot in hell, Shaka.
segments.
I ain't coming soon.
Is it fair use because it's open? Oh, what just happened? The stream's been overrated. Maybe it's fine.
Welcome back to SGF.
Oh,
that was
is everything
Assassin's
fine?
Creed Black Flag Resync.
Yeah, so it
which
is the Black
arriving
Flag
July
remaster.
9th. Now it's time for the announcement of a game that reunites one of the best action game developers in the world with a legendary franchise.
Could be Guild Wars 3. Nope. I have my entire Guild Wars 2 Vista Guide series where I have Guild Wars 2 music in the background, and I've been getting copyright struck a lot on YouTube recently from people claiming that the Guild Wars 2 music is their own music. And that's been a little frustrating. And like, I always what's the word? Repeal or whatever, appeal. But sometimes it doesn't work, so then I have to change the music, even though they're lying and it's not actually their music, and that I'm using free use. They should get copyright struck for that.
You guys having fun yet? We are just getting started, believe it or not. All right, well, that's another
We're a
TMNT
quarter of the
game
way
from
through.
Platinum Games. I
Already
cannot
been
wait
in
to learn
crazy
more
show.
about Last Ronin. Now, please
I'm still
welcome
losing my mind, though.
two-time TGA loser for Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy 16. It's Ben Starr, who voices the Visitor in Fortnite. Hello, Summer Game Fest. For the past little while, I have had the incredible opportunity to step into the world of Fortnite as the visitor. And today, I finally get to share a glimpse of where that journey is heading next. We've been working on this for a long time. A new season is about to begin, and everything is about to change. Let me show you what's coming in Fortnite's next season runners, launching later tonight.
I feel like Fortnite has really culturally fallen off. Like, not for any like specifically bad reason. It's just like happened. The hunt for power breeds chaos. Not the constant attention of like news and pop culture and everything.
Chaos is spreading with these sprites.
Still very popular though.
Creatures born from 0-point energy. They can make you stronger, faster, more dangerous.
Do the children still love it?
No one can resist that kind of power.
I think it's like World of Warcraft in the late 2000s, like in 2008, 2009, like World of Warcraft was everywhere in pop culture and like news companies were talking about it all the time and whatnot. And then it like completely died off, but the game itself was like so popular. Like, incredibly popular. I think that's like Fortnite. Just like Evercrack.
Now, if you're wondering how we end up on this new island, you'll have to jump into the Shattered
I think the change they made to expand what kind of things Fortnite could do didn't land how they wanted. Yeah, and I feel like they didn't finish fully doing that.
Live event, that choice changes your experience.
Because like, I think they were wanting to put like transition Rocket League fully into Fortnite, and there's been rumors they're going to transition Fall Guys fully into Fortnite, but neither of those has happened. But they do have like the Lego game that you can play and other stuff. The audio of this entire stream's been getting like really messed up.
The stage is set.
And I don't think it's anything on my part.
You chose your side. This ends now.
Are they doing another like full reset? That's not me. Good.
Now it's time for a special announcement from Bandai Namco about one of the most influential sci-fi franchises ever created.
On Earth, mankind measured time by seasons, not sirens. For a moment, the future felt promising.
They're inside! They're inside!
Out here, that promise is a lie. Every breath taken is inside an armored shell.
How dare they ruin such a nice looking sunflower patch? For real. What the heck?
The darkness coming for us. It remembers one man. The pilot.
Gundam. Does look cool.
Find me. I'm here.
Thousands of games launch every year, so finding your next favorite can be tough. That's why I'm launching my new newsletter, Looking for Game. Thank you. I'll be curating and selecting games that deserve your attention every week and sending demos and exclusive playtest invites straight to your inbox. Head over to lookingfor.game
Because the new
to
ArenaNet
sign
game
up
is kind of like
with
Tiny
play.gg.
Scruffy. People have been talking
Speaking
about
of fun,
like
unexpected games. This next title comes from a solo developer,
the
Adrian Mulero
Guild Wars
from Spain.
announcement being
It is a
like a
co-op physics
crossover.
game about two geese.
So like
one
maybe there could be
very
a
fragile egg.
Guild Wars but space mech game. Yeah.
Okay, Hunky, ready to be a
But this
parent?
is cute.
Sure, don't worry. This is a piece
Somebody
of cake.
updated the like
Be careful,
actual
with that little
Wikipedia
baby.
Don't drop it. Don't drop
page
it.
for the Guild Wars franchise to include Guild Wars Total War.
Be careful with our little
And like some
baby.
people thought it was a leak, but it was just like
Drop it.
a prank
Don't
or
drop
whatever.
it. Careful.
But then I got people thinking that like a Total War game set in the Guild Wars universe would kind of go a little hard.
Okay, new plan. This is a good one.
Is this
Are you
Untitled Duck game?
listening to me?
It does kind of fit the vibes
this?
of
It's
Untitled
way too
PC.
hard.
Watch out with our baby. Watch out with our baby.
Yay!
Just focus.
Really hard.
Oh gosh, that looks really hard. Maybe if we look for some more people, it would be easier.
It is like a completely different genre of game, though.
This really is an extremely hard game.
Get it? Extreme.
Congrats, Adrian. What a fun game.
That is
All
a
right,
fun
now
one.
it is time for a debut game from a veteran team of developers who come from Naughty
Guild Wars
Dog
3?
and Infinity
Never
Ward
mind.
and other amazing studios. Over the past half-decade, they've quietly been working on an ambitious
It does.
new project.
Palisade, it does.
Here is the global announcement.
People are endlessly disappointing.
Guild Wars Commandos?
They're greedy.
Yeah, I talked about in one of my Guild Wars 3 videos that like Guild Wars 3 could become a sci-fi game if they really wanted.
They lie.
If they like kept Asuran Canthan technology like pushing forward. Like at what point would the Asuran have spaceships?
Dogs? Yeah, I got one of them. So that's what I say when I look at someone like you. Bully.
Guild Wars X Halo. Tyria becomes a ring world.
Genuinely like most people. Oh, well, then you're truly a sick fuck.
We need to move. They'll be coming for you.
Coming for us. You're not one of them
Raid
anymore.
built around the Flood. I think if the Flood were in the Guild Wars universe, like as is,
Yeah, well,
without
that's
any
temporary.
changes, I think the Flood would
Just like you and
destroy the entire universe.
You guys don't understand the real threat.
Yeah, they're leaning into sci-fi more, but
Not
the
like we
community
do.
would be really torn on that. I think a lot of people like Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2 and like the universe because of like, you know, the medieval vibes. With Guild Wars 2 specifically, also having like
I go to work with my enemy to survive.
technology and steampunk
So be it.
vibes in it too.
For now.
But if the game became like fully sci-fi and was no longer like
Fight those
you know,
things together.
knights with swords fighting each other over castles and whatnot, I think people would not enjoy it as much.
I have the boat. No. Do not touch him.
Honestly, I'd be down for whatever because I'm not necessarily like entitled to anything, and I would like try stuff
Fight
out.
together.
But like as far as preference levels go,
Or die alone.
I think going like too sci-fi would be not fun. I'd rather they didn't lose that vibe. Yeah, J-Tech did peeve a lot of people. But J-Tech doesn't feel, Cantha doesn't feel like all that different from the Asura. Like it feels kind of different because they have like microwaves and stuff.
For over 18 years,
But, like,
Jacob
for the
and
most
I
part,
have developed
it still feels
character-driven
like
games
grounded
with the
within
goal
Guild Wars
of
2.
thoroughly connecting design and story. In Crossfire, two opposing operators must form a temporary alliance. depending on one another is their only chance of survival. To support this narrative, we completely rethought how cover and traversal work together and created a system that rewards tactical thinking, stealth,
I miss the
and
dragons, didn't have a problem
repositioning.
with JTech, but I like
It's
sci-fi
called
hybrids.
adaptive
And I think that's what so
With
many people
adaptive
like
cover,
about Guild Wars 2
our
is
player
that
character Layla
it's not all
dynamically
one or
adjusts
the
her
other.
stance
It's like a
to
very
react to the complex
unique and like
terrain
interesting
and the
combination of like so many
enemy's line of
vibes
sight.
that like
It
somehow works well
fundamentally
together
changes
pretty
your
well.
relationship with
Kenta
the
to me feels like they
environment
kept their
and
nose
becomes
out of the
an
drama and
active
had more
skill
time
to
to
master.
modernize than everyone else who
Shout
kept
out to our
arguing with each other.
amazing team
100%.
at That's No Moon.
That's exactly
who are
like the story
meticulously
too.
crafting Crossfire.
So it doesn't feel
It's for
out of
all
place.
of
I
you
miss the dragons
who,
too.
like
Yeah.
us, love
I was thinking about
high-agency,
like
single-player,
if you had like a Guild Wars
story-driven
3
games.
that's like
Thank
a
you.
sequel to Guild Wars 2 set like 200 years in the future, like how much dragon stuff is going to be going on? Because presumably, you know, dragons in games are cool, and maybe Guild Wars 2
Thank you so much,
overdid it a
Jacob
little
and
bit.
Taylor. Now, last
But,
year
like,
at the Game Awards, we
Would
introduced
people
the
not
next
want
game
dragons
from
in Guild
Remedy
Wars 3 just
Entertainment.
because Guild Wars 2
Here's a new
overdid it,
look
or
at
would
the
people want
mind-bending
dragons
world
because
of
dragons are
Control
cool?
Resonant.
I think like a limited
It's been
amount is good.
7 years.
Like Guild Wars 1 was like a
The
fun
oldest
amount of
house
dragons
has
with like
fallen.
Glint and Kunavang and the undead dragons.
Everything we tried to contain is now loose in the streets of Manhattan.
Yeah,
This was
that makes
caused by a new type of hostile resonance. It is beyond anything that we can currently measure. It's all quite terrifying. And fascinating.
I should refresh. Guild Wars 2 socials, maybe something's happened. Still nothing.
All we can do is dig deeper. Keep searching for the solutions in every way we can. Before it's too late.
Seems cool.
Right now, it's time for another Summer Game Fest exclusive, the announcement of the next game in a storied franchise.
Guild Wars 3? Tupac's trending on Twitter because of the Stranger Than Heaven announcement. That's crazy. Wait. Nah.
We all have our own reasons for coming to this
It
vast
kind of
frontier.
gives vibes, but I don't think it. Wait.
But for our
The
guild,
font?
we who protect this land, one reason stands above all others.
Wait.
Our wonder. You feel it too. We see it in your eyes. Wonder at the astonishing power that shapes this land of awe. At the great spirits to whom we are bound. At the gods who hold dominion over all. We cannot guarantee your comfort or even your safety. But if you yearn for horizons unexplored, for fellowship and purpose, for a cause worth dying for, to you, we can promise magic.
Oh my god. Guild Wars? What is it? Wait. Steam. Beta begins fall 2027. Guild Wars 3. There we go.
To everyone watching both here and live online
Okay, the
around the
website's
world,
down.
I'm Colin Johansson,
Oh.
the studio head at ArenaNet.
His
and I
smile
want
is
to thank
here.
you for watching the
Steam, where is
exclusive
it?
first look at our upcoming game. The time is right for the next
Nothing is
evolution
up.
of the MMORPG, and that game is Guild Wars 3.
Guild Wars. This is great. Wait, where is it?
Glad you all agree.
Everything's
Guild
down.
Wars 3
Everything's
is an
broken.
epic world that is both beautiful and fun to
There's
explore.
no way.
Where the joy of movement is powered by your character's momentum.
I mean, we knew Guild Wars 3 was
Combat
happening.
will usher in an
But
entirely
where
new
is
type
it?
of MMO experience.
Where's 3.com?
By launching on PC and
Everything's
PlayStation 5, we're inviting the biggest audience
I'm
yet to experience the world of Guild
Only
Wars.
PlayStation 5? I thought people
We're
thought it
so
would be
excited
Xbox too.
to welcome all of you to join our Guild Wars community. Go to
It's
guildwars3.com
there.
to sign up for our newsletter right now. Thank you.
Holy sh...
Thanks, Colin. Get ready to blast across the galaxy with daring races, dangerous rivals,
Races?
and some very familiar faces. Star Wars Galactic
Oh.
Racer is coming this October, and now it's time to head to a brand new planet, Dervenakos. Now this is pod racing.
Welcome to Dervenakos, where champions are born and losers.
Hold on. Everything's starting to happen. What a cool trailer. Okay.
My sources say you've
Hold
been
on.
making friends amongst
We'll come back
our
to this. I'll keep it in the background for a second, but let's look at this. Okay, here's Guild Wars 3 Steam page. It's working. Guild Wars 3 is an action-adventure MMORPG, a modern evolution of the genre that blends rich action combat, character building, and skill collection set in the enchanting frontier of Ore. The world brims with mystery, magic, and wonder. I was looking at the main character and he looked like Duncan and I got so confused. The crazy thing is that it looks so much like Guild Wars, but it looks so different at the same time, which is exactly what people were expecting. But what the heck is this? Okay, so can we assume? Oh my god, what is happening? Can we assume this is a Coden? Humans? This gives a Sura, but like, what the? Okay, I need. Oh, good idea, Palisade. Wish this that. Become a Veil Warden, a guardian of the land of Ore, protector of the people and spirits that call Ore home. Discover untold stories and forge lasting bonds with your fellow players as you glide, leap, sprint, and ride your way across the frontier with adventure around every corner. So it's like only set in Ore? A modern evolution of the MMO master combat system where depth is achieved through strategic skill use, positioning, and movement, where action RPG combat meets Guild Wars build make. Okay, everyone okay. Creating a unique combat experience, run, slide, leap, and bound across Ore with a one-of-a-kind movement system that transfers your momentum between modes of travel, providing a free-form joy of movement through a world alive with adventure. Is this like the best case scenario? Is that a skimmer? No. Okay. I've talked about how wall climbing could be a mastery. Okay, I need the freaking website. It's still not working. The subreddit's blowing up. I have chat minimized, I'm so sorry. This is crazy. Okay. I'll put this back on for a moment while I find other stuff.
A few years ago, we announced Sega's plans to bring back many of its classic franchises.
I think this deserves an
including
add
Jet Set
everyone on
Radio and
Discord.
Crazy Taxi. Another one is Virtua
This is
Fighter. Today we've got your
crazy.
first ever look at the surprising scale and scope of the next installment. This is Virtua Fighter Crossroads.
Okay, news Discord. It's time to bring the band back together. Discord says, don't seem to add everyone because so many people. I haven't added everyone in 6 years. No, not 6 years. Like 2 years. A guardian in the land of Ore.
Are we talking about your ex?
Hey, got an idea for you.
Hey, Asiello. Bet you're hungry after this morning, huh? Same as
Hold
usual?
on, wait.
Your sister's
Oh,
really taking this whole job
I
thing
saw
seriously.
Palace's message that you were here at League Geek.
I know.
It's happening. It looks cool, but very, very different. Possibly in a different time.
They
I
really
need
were
more
kidding about it being
information.
a fighting town.
I need more information.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be living in Villa Sapara.
The website's not working. The website is probably the Steam page. Also, I really quickly ran to Reddit and I think I won the race on posting the Steam page to the Reddit, so I'll take all those upvotes. Okay, I'm gonna pause this again. I'm so sorry, but I do primarily make content about Guild Wars 2. I'm watching this again now that we have the context that this is Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 3. Sorry, holy sh! I'm sorry. I try to stay PG. This is so exciting. Okay. Max volume. Alpha footage captured in an engine. That doesn't mean all that much. It immediately looked like Guild Wars,
We all have our
but it
own
looked
reasons for coming to this
different
vast
enough that I
frontier.
didn't fully believe.
But for our guild, we who protect this land,
I didn't even hear them say guild the first time.
one reason stands above all others. Our wonder.
I think a lot of people are
You
excited
feel it
about
too?
Unreal Engine because they
We
feel
see
like
it
the
in your
in-house engine from 2002
Wonder
that
at the
Guild Wars 2 is currently
astonishing
running
power
on
that
is
shapes
bad.
this land of awe.
And I think people get a little sketchy about in-house
At the
engines
great spirits to whom we are
because of
bound.
the
At the gods
Halo
who
Infinite
hold
engine
dominion
that was a
over
thing.
all.
Can-
We cannot guarantee your comfort or even your safety. But if you yearn for horizons unexplored,
What the heck is that creature?
for fellowship and
What is the
purpose,
flying creature?
for
It's
a
giving
cause
Avatar.
worth dying for, to you, we can promise magic.
That's crazy. Is this the voice actors from Baldur's Gate 3? I have no idea. I want to register for a challenge. Guildwars3.com. Still not working. Okay. Everyone's freaking out. Did my post get deleted? Wait, Gamers Pray. Do we have anything? Into the future of Tyria. Okay, we got some new news. Fall 2027 is so far away. Yeah, I'm kind of glad it's far away though, because hopefully they'll reveal stuff. So, okay, this random, I feel like I've heard of them. Guild Wars 3 reveal trailer showcases the official first look at the next chapter in the acclaimed MMORPG franchise. Watch the full reveal trailer featuring breathtaking fantasy environments, epic battles, and a glimpse into the future of Tyria. I should start recording. I need to make a video. Okay. So we know Guild Wars 3 is going to be an MMORPG. We got that. Breathtaking fantasy environments, epic battles, and a glimpse into the future of Tyria. So presumably, future of Tyria means that this is a sequel to Guild Wars 2 that is going to be set timeline-wise after Guild Wars 2. Now, how far into the future that is, it feels like it might be really, really far future. but also we have to take into consideration Vlox's shenanigans, but some story spoilers for current Guild Wars 2 story about how Vlox is like trying to reshape the world. It might not be, I guess it could be like in the near future, but the near future could mean that like Tyria is really, really different. This must be an official release because they had the official trailer up and ready to go. And I think this is, generally speaking, a reputable source. There we go. Okay. Guild Wars 3 on Steam. Let's go back to here. Okay. So, according to the Steam page for Guild Wars 2, become a Veil Warden, a Guardian of the Land of Ore. So, we saw like the teaser being set in Ore, pretty much. That's what we thought. Could be other stuff, but this confirmed that it is an Ore. Protector of the people and spirits that call Ore home. Discover untold stories and forge lasting bonds with your fellow players as you glide, leap, sprint, and ride your way across the frontier with adventure around every corner. A modern evolution of the MMO. Master combat system where depth is achieved through strategic skill use, positioning, and movement, where action RPG combat meets Guild Wars build making, creating a unique combat experience. Run, slide, leap, and bound across Ore with a one-of-a-kind movement system that transfers your momentum between modes of travel, providing a free-form joy of movement through a world alive with adventure. Multiplayer MMO is available for family sharing. Xbox controller will be on PlayStation. Has a bunch of languages already confirmed. Has to be in the past if it's an Ore, unless it's like 1,000 years in the future. I think 1,000 years in the future might be a likely thing to have happen. Or in a future where Vlox has completely reshaped Tyria somehow. Where, let's just go through, let me turn the volume down. Let's go through this. So it's definitely like a restored Ore, or it could be in the past, potentially. But the one website says future, which makes me think it's in the future. And we can see immediately that there's mounts, which means they're going to continue the mount system from Guild Wars 2, which I think everybody would want. And it's probably going to be an evolution of the mount system to some extent, and an evolution of all the movement systems that we do see currently in Guild Wars 2 that will be updated to the technology that we'll have available for this game. And a very interesting idea is that the entire design philosophy of Guild Wars 2 was the idea of freedom of movement, and it seems like that is a core design philosophy for this game as well. This guy really looks like Duncan. I feel like it's
we
on
all
purpose.
have our own reasons for coming to this vast frontier.
Own reasons for coming to this vast frontier? Kind of feels like one of the human gods saying that, maybe. Because Tyria, for them, is a frontier. And like, they came here from another world.
But for our guild, we who protect...
I guess, actually, for our guild, they're talking about... I want to know the relevance of the embroidery. It might just be the art style.
Protect this land. One reason stands above all others. Our wonder.
So, the game's gonna feature guilds. We can assume that much. Modern evolution of the MMO. Yeah, so magic is still a thing.
You feel it too. We see it in your eyes. Wonder at the astonishing power that shapes this land of Ore. At the great...
So, they're talking about magic shaping Ore, which is very interesting if you take into consideration the idea of Vlox shaping the world, as he's been talking about. So, since we know Vlox has become a wizard, basically, where he underwent the process of Divitium Nava at the Spire of Exaltation and ascended to gain access to the magics of Tyria more intimately, where he is now able to wield such massive magics, and he says he can alter like one thing with like the code of existence, and he wants to like reshape Tyria. So
At the great spirits to whom we are bound.
seems like something connected to spirits, which immediately, you know, when you think of spirits in Guild Wars 2, what's the first thing you think of? Spirits of the Wild, for me at least. There's also many other spirits, like the Canthan spirits, with like ritualists. And like a variety of other spirits as well, I guess you could pull from. But we can see like
At the gods.
creatures here. The gods is the most interesting thing. And I feel like, who are these gods? Let's be
overall.
This feels like Melandru on the right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So currently we have 5 human gods who are connected to Or. So this feels like Melandru. This feels like Lissa. This feels like Grinth. This feels like Dwayna. This feels like Cormier. So we got, okay, we have Melandru. Wait. But who's this? I feel like this is the outlier. This could be Mingus, maybe? Could be something completely different. Could be the Guild Wars 2 player character. Maybe we ascend to godhood at the end of Visions of Eternity. If it's when Aurene wakes up again,
We cannot guarantee your
I don't think it's going to be anything related to Aurene. She might be mentioned.
cannot guarantee.
We have... This is definitely Lissa. The 2 heads. Because Lissa is Listen, Ilya. Love the real-time analysis. You're one of my best Guild Wars creators. Thank you so much. So this seems like a caricature of a guild warrior.
We
if you
cannot
will.
guarantee your comfort or even your safety.
This feels like a Kappa, kind of. Could be... maybe like a troll type of thing. Or maybe an ogre? Or wait. No. This is an Eden. 100% an Eden. Okay. We have a tree. Star's very interesting. So there's going to be Ettins in there.
But if you yearn,
I think this is so interesting. Okay, wait. Let's look at the animation.
you yearn,
Watch the little fella here.
but if you yearn for
Watch how he bounces. It feels like an Asuran bounce. The problem is he's so hairy. And like, I guess we don't really have a good shot of this character. It could just look like a normal Asuran straight up. But it just looks like really hairy from here.
But if you yearn for horizons unexplored,
This is a crazy shot. So we got like the Orient rings and whatnot. Some castle up there. Yeah, if it's in the past in Or, then Asura wouldn't be around. And if it's in the past in Or, the Kodan wouldn't be around either, because the Kodan came from the far north in between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. Looks like a cold weather Asuran and a warm weather Kodan. That's actually a really good take. Maybe. Oh! Palisades accidentally cooking. Okay, this is set. Let's just say this is set 1,000 years in the future. It would make a lot of sense for the Asuran to be very different if this is like really far in the future. Because the Asuran lived underground for so long, and then at the end of Guild Wars 1, before Guild Wars 2, they started coming above ground. So if they have stayed above ground for like a very extended period of time, it would make sense potentially that their physiology has shifted and changed. They've evolved or whatever. So it would make sense if the Asura look different. But then there's also the whole idea of like Vlox reshapes the world. Maybe the Asuran just look different because Vlox. Maybe Vlox's one change to the code of creation was making the Asuran have more hair. That could be potential.
Horizons unexplored.
Yeah, Char would be far away if it was in the past. We don't see any Char. We've only seen like 3 unique races.
For a cause worth
Heavy emphasis on riding mounts.
To you,
the flying mount is very interesting.
Promise.
The emphasis on banners is also really interesting. A lot of people think the emphasis on banners is related to like PvP, which I would probably assume that this game has maybe a focus on PvP too.
For a cause worth dying for. To you.
So, yeah, Leap Geek Wizard's place at the end. This does kind of give Wizard's Tower vibes in the center. So, okay, let's try.
Can promise.
Nope. Okay, let's go back. Policy said I don't think there's a way to do it on Steam to slow it down. Okay, I guess it was like and I think this is the best shot. Okay, what we got going on here? We have 6 human gods. And we got what looks like potentially the landscape of Ore. Because we have the Oran rings that we know about, and like we have mountains and whatnot, which there's mountains and Ore. The center is interesting because it does give Wizard's Tower vibes, but also gives like Ara vibes potentially. Then we just got a wizard here. We got a Gandalf looking at a guy with like some sort of staff, which could be anything. Interestingly, he's on like a floating island, which immediately gives Mist vibes, right? So could we assume this is Wizard's Court related? But we could also maybe assume that this is Vizier Kilbron related. What is this thing Policy just sent? Oh, the announcement trailer for Guild Wars 2. I'm at the end of this one. Let me go back here. Okay. So it could be... It would only be Vizier Kilbron if it was like a prequel to the original Guild Wars. But they say that this game's set in the future. Then we got like all this mist stuff up here. Because whenever I think of like stars and like space interior, it's like just the mists. The trees is very interesting. It could just be related to Melandru. Could be related to Ore healing in the future. Fighting the Ettins is interesting because it feels like such a fantasy trope. But what this is, this entire thing, what this is giving is that it's like a prophecy type of thing. We have more like space cloud stuff up here. This is very interesting because it feels like a galaxy, right? That's what this feels like to me, at least. You're locked in that it's in the past? Okay. I feel like it could definitely be in the past, but I'm more so assuming that it's in the future. Future of the franchise could be what they mean by that, definitely. Okay, after this I want to go back to one thing. Future past. The flying creature is definitely very interesting because I don't think we've ever really seen anything like it in the Guild Wars universe. Like, it feels like a dragon, which we've seen a lot of. But it doesn't feel like a reptile. It feels like a mammal. The biggest thing that I'm interested in here is this entire symbol, because I feel like this is something I should recognize. Feels kind of like a cryptus symbol maybe, but or maybe like an astral / Wizard's Court symbol, but it does not, I don't recognize it at all. But like there's so much like constellation stuff, and like we have the sun and the moon and clouds and a galaxy. Feels like there will definitely be a heavy emphasis on the mists. The YouTube description is different than the others. explore Tyria like never before in Guild Wars 3, an action-adventure MMORPG and modern evolution of the genre. Play solo or form a band of adventurers, forging impactful and enduring bonds with fellow players, a formative cast of memorable NPCs, and the nature spirits that call or home. Nature spirits that call or home is very interesting. Because what does that even mean? And like, do we see that here? Is this like something connected to like Gwelian and Keela? Probably not. Is this something that's connected to like the Norn spirits of the wild? Probably not. Seems like we have the human gods. But would we call the human gods nature spirits? No. Melandru is connected to nature spirits. What is a Veil Warden? I don't think that I mentioned it. I think it's going to be a completely brand new concept. I think a lot of stuff with Guild Wars 3 is going to be a completely brand new concept. That's just like really different from what we know about in Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. The thing that interests me the most is that it is entirely set in ore, it seems like. So we won't be exploring stuff like Kryda or Ascalon, but, you know, potentially expansions one day we'll go to other places. This entire thing is just crazy, though. I want to go back. Okay, I want to look at the bottom right specifically, because we have these 4 characters that we see present. And if we go back to here,
but if you yearn,
we can see these 4 characters again. And I feel like this is very interesting that they're showing like these 4 characters, because these could be like major characters in the game, but they also mentioned that there will be multiple races, which is very interesting. So could these potentially be like the 4, if you get like playable races, the 4 playable races, where we have Koden, Harry, Asurin, and then like, could this be a Norn potentially, and this is a human? Or is this 2 humans? I'm not sure. Okay. I want to check guildwars3.com again. Still not working. Okay. I want to go back here. Did we miss anything cool? I want to go all... Oh, I lost chat. Okay, all the way back here. How long ago have we been chatting about Guild Wars 3? I've been recording this for 18 minutes, so I think I went past it. No, I didn't. Fully unlocked Space Rat. Okay. Let's listen to Colin Sohanson.
And live online around the world, I'm Colin.
Okay, to here. Beta begins fall 2027.
To everyone watching both here and live online around the world, I'm Colin Johansson, the studio head at ArenaNet, and I want to thank you for watching the exclusive first look at our upcoming game. The time is right for the next evolution of the MMORPG, and that game is Guild Wars.
So, what we could expect with Guild Wars 3, and what it seems like Colin's confirming, is that this will be an evolution of the MMORPG franchise, like we saw with Guild Wars 2. So we can assume that this is probably going to be very, very different than Guild Wars 2. And probably different than like other MMORPGs as well. Like how Guild Wars 2 is different than other MMORPGs of the time.
Wars 3. Glad you all agree. Guild Wars 3 is an epic
Look
world
at the screen on the far
that is
right.
both beautiful and that
does look like an Asurin.
game is
Koden,
Guild Wars
Asurin,
3.
and humans? Koden is hype. Where are the Char, Norn, and Savari?
Glad you all agree. Guild Wars 3 is an epic world that is both beautiful and fun to explore, where the joy of movement is powered by your character's momentum, and combat will usher in an entirely new type of MMO experience. By launching on PC and PlayStation 5, we're inviting the biggest audience yet to experience the world of Guild Wars. We're so excited to welcome all of you to join our Guild Wars community. Go to guildwars3.com to sign up for our newsletter right now. Thank you.
Short and sweet.
Complete picture.
Okay.
Maybe this is all a brain dance, a simulation.
We got the Steam page, we got a few different descriptions.
Maybe the two of you really are from another universe.
Somebody said the publisher is only ArenaNet.
Run. I'll erase
I
you
don't know
at
if
the
that's
finish line.
true or not, but that's definitely interesting.
Deleting your ass.
Come on! Eat less, loser!
I can feel it. That Nightmare Tacit Discord is looking for us.
Lucy!
Check what link? Oh, did you send me a link? Let's go back. Maybe Elite Geek is cooking. This makes much more sense. It's Abaddon, potentially. So, I guess this could be Balthazar. So we have the classic. We have the classic 6. We got Dwayna, Abaddon. Wait. Grinth. Not Doom. It would be Grinth. Lys, Balthazar, Melandrew. So no Cormier. That's huge. So if this is indeed Abaddon and Balthazar, this could definitely mean it is indeed potentially a prequel game, or it's Vlox's shenanigans. Vlox's shenanigans is like the Deus Ex Machina of the entire Guild Wars franchise right now, where anything that happens in Guild Wars 3 could just be explained by Vlox doing random stuff. But this could be... I just don't understand. Like, if this is a prequel game where we have Abaddon and Balthazar around, why we got the Asura and Kodan around? I don't think Doom has a different look. I think this is Grinth's aesthetic, right? Wait, no, maybe that is Doom. Hold on. Oh, this might actually be Doom. Because Doom has... I forget the name of his scythe. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Doom was the original god of death until Dwayna had sex with a mortal sculptor who is not Malcor. Mortal sculptors just really love Dwayna. And through that, Grinth was born. And then Grinth took over the underworld and whatnot. Took Doom's power. and like enslave Doom, and then Doom's like try to come back like twice. That could definitely be Doom. So hold on, I need to check the Guild Wars 2 wiki, because when the human gods came to Tyria, that pantheon was Doom. What if this is like 5,000 years ago? Like, really a prequel. That could be a way that this is explained. Where's the... Go here. Because, like, if we're trying to have, like, this pantheon of gods, and we got Coda and a Sung hanging out, maybe the easiest way to do it is, like, 5,000 years ago, where it was, like, distinctly in between the two Elder Dragon Risings, where like not much is known about that time period, and like any number of different things could have been happening. So maybe like ore was like a big thing. No, the humans wouldn't make any sense then. Disregard that entire thing. The helmet looks like Abaddon. The weapon is Doom, 100%. But rest assured, we're not done making Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars Reforged for that matter, and we're committing to actively developing all 3 games at the same time. That's huge and expected. I keep refreshing. Let's go. Where's the Palisade link? All the way up here. Okay, let's go here. Reset my chat. Use Discord link. Is this working now? Oh, it's working now. Okay. You sent it earlier, but it wasn't working. In Guild Wars 3, you will explore ore like you've never been able to before. You'll join the Veil Wardens, a guild sworn to protect the land, the people who live beyond the walls of the towns and cities of ore, and the nature spirits who call ore home. For the first time ever, you can experience the world of Tyria on both PC and PlayStation 5. We built a combat system designed to feel incredible no matter how you play, whether you use a controller or a mouse and keyboard. We have other exciting things to discuss in this blog today, but for more information on the announcement, head over to our shiny new Guild Wars 3 website. Please, oops, here you go. Where am I? Please wishlist Guild Wars 3 on Steam and the PlayStation Store, and to keep up with the latest news and for a chance to join the Guild Wars 3 beta in the fall of 2027, sign up for the Guild Wars 3 newsletter. With the Guild Wars 3 announcement, we know the community will undoubtedly be wondering what's next for Guild Wars 2, and we're going to tell you in detail tomorrow. Today, we're celebrating the first brand new game announcement for ArenaNet in almost 2 decades. 18 years ago. And that deserves its moment in the spotlight. But rest assured, we're not done making Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars Reforged for that matter, and we're committing to actively developing all 3 games at the same time. Tomorrow, on June 6th, we'll be releasing a studio update video, and you will hear directly from studio head Colin Johansson, Guild Wars 2 game director Josh Davis, and Guild Wars Reforged game director Stephen Clark Wilson as they discuss the future of the Guild Wars franchise. Look out for that video here on our blog and on our YouTube channel tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Then next week on Tuesday, June 9th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, join us for a live stream where Colin and Josh will continue the conversation. It's an incredible time to be a Guild Wars fan, and can't wait to show you what we have promised. And we have bonus event and sale, gem store sale, Twitch drops, Academy wand. Okay, let's go back up, all the way back up. Please work. It's not working. Okay, what about PlayStation Store? Not working. Okay. I need this website so badly. Okay. Let me put this back so the stream's not weird. And then I have so many tabs open. Shoot. Where's my stream at? Let me put it on the screen for a second. Back to stop recording. Oh, that's crazy though. I think once this is over, I'm gonna end stream, record a few more things, and then make a video. And then tomorrow we'll be watching. I might not stream it, but I'll make a video about the big thing we got going on tomorrow night.
From many of the creative leaders behind Forza Horizon comes a new cinematic open-world driving experience. Set in Monaco and the French Riviera, where the worlds of pro and underground street racing collide, this is Clutch from Maverick Games.
We have 2 drivers dead. 3 more in intensive care.
I'm done. My friend said you can help me.
Some people are meant to be outlaws, Theo. Think about it.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like Guild Wars 3 is a prequel.
I did all that for you to get out of trouble. Now I'm in deeper than when I started.
I think that's a good locking answer. It definitely seems like when the humans first arrived on Tyria.
I can't be taking risks like this. I'm a lead driver in the R1K.
2000 years ago.
I've tried to help you.
The only problem with that is like the Corden and the Sur and stuff. It's like the one big thing that's like weird.
The dead won't rise.
I'll turn it down like that.
But their sons will.
They said they would still continue developing Guild Wars 2, which we could assume maybe means that there will still be Guild Wars 2 expansions, but it could also be like Guild Wars 1, where there'll be updates every now and then and the game will be supported. They're obviously not going to drop Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 1, which is confirmed by the existence of Guild Wars 1 still getting updates and whatnot. What did I miss? Among Us story, a standalone Among Us game. I have like 500 tabs open. Yeah, it's just pretty late in the year for an announcement, and the hype from Guild Wars 3 will overshadow that now. If they are doing one, Path of Exile stopped development of Path of Exile 1 for a year to ship Path of Exile 2, then the updates came out again. Yeah, that could definitely be, well, like they focus on Guild Wars 3 until like maybe 2028, and then maybe we'll see like a Guild Wars 2 expansion, if you do continue getting Guild Wars 2 expansions.
Laughing, half a mess, wrong direction, no regrets. Every face feels out of line, that's how I know they're all mine. We don't fit in, we don't care. Broken jokes and broken air. They say grow up at your age. With your side another flame. Make it out, don't look back. Burn this moment till it's fast. If this one won't let us stay, we'll steal this night. Make it loud.
Say we're lost, say we're strange, say we'll fade and drift away. But if memory lets us choose, I'll remember all of you.
Hands up, shout it out loud, laughing up.
I like the 3 with the banners. That's cool. I like the logo.
In a world, in a room, on a shelf?
Guys, is it me or is there something off with this one?
Yeah, he seems different.
Has he always had that mustache?
He doesn't have a mustache.
Oh yeah.
Hey, buddy, what's your deal?
Howdy, name's Ryu. What's all this mess about me being different?
Well, look at that, he sounds different too.
What in the Sam Hill? Everyone in Tokyo talks like this.
I know what this is. It's called a knockoff.
Well, tarnation! Could a knock-off do this? Howdy, Dukin'.
Yikes.
The Capcom Summer Game Sale is here. Take home genuine, bona fide, 100% authentic, real deals on select titles. No knockoffs.
I can't do it if you're watching.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the elite ranks of the Ark Society, Mr. Gray!
So anyways, I guess I was right. I thought it would be Guild Wars 3. I thought it could be anything, but I thought it was most likely to be Guild Wars 3. There's like hundreds of pieces of evidence pointing towards it being Guild Wars 3, but you never know for sure. But I guess it's confirmed. It'll be interesting to see what other Guild Wars games are released following the launch of Guild Wars 3. If you do get Lion's Arch, Guild Wars Arena, whatever Mistbound is, it'll be interesting to see. I think it's also smart of ArenaNet to wait and see a little bit what the responses to the GW3 news, and then launch how the player base of GW2 is before putting a lot of time / effort into more GW2. I think the great thing ArenaNet did with like Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 that many people hate, but I think it's good, is that the games are very different.
There you have it.
So the games aren't like fighting against each other. And I think there's happening with Guild Wars 3. All three games are going to be very different from one another. So like, there's going to be people who play Guild Wars 2 who will probably hate Guild Wars 3's gameplay just because it's very different than like what they like about Guild Wars 2.
It's been a long.
What's he announcing? What do you say?
Homicide. 6 total so far. Each case, husband and wife found. Shredded.
No,
People are dying. Some monster is out there. Word around the precinct is you're the guy to call.
Bigby. Sheriff? I'll have your job within the week.
Are you living under a rock? You're a raging dumpster fire of a person.
You're the reason I'm here.
She's a detective.
Ready to get to work?
That's fun.
Oh, no, I don't look human.
His lips are sealed, but I'm not helpless.
See around.
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Yeah, people who really love Guild Wars 1 still play Guild Wars 1. If Guild Wars 2 is not the game for you, that's okay. If Guild Wars 1 is not the game for you, that's fine. If Guild Wars 3 is not the game for you, that's also fine.
That's right, Big
Hopefully, one of the three
back.
is the game for you.
And as we wait for his new adventure in 2027,
I think given the fact that I love Guild Wars
Wolf Among
2
Us
so much, and that I like
this
Guild Wars 1
holiday.
so much,
Now this next
and that
game
Guild Wars
comes
3
from an
seems to
acclaimed
be
studio that is
both
deep into
across.
development on its next project.
Guild Wars 2 channels are up in the Discord. That seems to be a cross and an evolution. I went to Discord and the second I was there, Bog Otter just posted. Wait, where's the... Oh, new channel enroll? All 3 Guild Wars games. Heck yeah. Everything's rolling out.
I'm listening.
Guild Wars 3 website is up but not at the domain we were trying. What's the domain? Oh, NC platform. Wait, it's on NC.
You're acting a little strange.
Okay, I'm pausing this. Sorry, fellas. Starting recording again. Okay. Oh, jeez. Guild Wars 3, a modern evolution of the MMO. We have the trailer, newsletter, and beta sign up. I will do that. This is like a fat Coden and an Asuran. Got mushrooms. The Orient. Oh, when is this set? Because it's like Orient rings, but like they look old. Wouldn't they be new? This has like Savari vibes going on. Like this screenshot feels like the future of ore. Like ore that's recovered a lot and has been overgrown. But this could be a prequel. Guild Wars 3 is an action adventure MMORPG. Everything we've read so far. So join the Veil Wardens, a guardian of the land of Ore, protector of the people and spirits that call Ore home, discover untold stories and forge lasting bonds with your fellow players as you glide, leap, sprint, and ride your way across the frontier with adventure on every corner. Free form of movement through your world alive with adventure. Master action combat. where depth is achieved through strategic skill use, positioning, and movement, where action RPG combat meets Guild Wars build making, creating a unique combat experience. I swear, if this is like the most beautiful, perfect cross of Guild Wars 1's combat with Guild Wars 2's combat, that would be incredible. This one, wait, what's happening? Okay, announcing Guild Wars 3. This is a passion project in every sense, a leap forward for both the franchise and ArenaNet as a studio. Guild Wars 3 takes place more than 1,000 years before the original game, giving new players and longtime Guild Wars fans a vast frontier to explore, imbued with magic and alive with the vitality of the wilds. All across Ore, rival guilds jockey for influence and control. Amid this ongoing conflict, you will join the Veil Wardens, a guild sworn to protect the land, the people who live beyond the walls of the towns and cities of Ore, and the nature spirits who call Ore home. So this takes place 225 after Exodus, or whatever. What's the current year? 1226? Shoot, what is the current year? So this takes place like a little over 200 years after Exodus. So the human gods have left Tyria. Which doesn't make sense for Abaddon. Why would Abaddon be hanging out? If this is... Oh, more than 1,000 years. I guess that doesn't mean 1,000 years. It could be more than 1,000 years. Because like more than 1,000 years is a minimum of 1,000 years, but a maximum of infinity years. Yeah, it's before Guild Wars 1. Before the original game. So I guess it could be before Exodus. Play Unbound, glide, ride, and wall run your way across the open road with a movement and momentum system unlike any other MMORPG. When you ride across Ore, you'll do so in style on your Seeker, a Veil spirit who serves as your mount and your direct connection to the magics of Ore. This looks like a Norn. For the first time ever, you can experience the road of Tyria on both PC and PlayStation 5. We built a combat system designed to feel incredible no matter how you play. Whether you use a controller or a mouse and keyboard, this game is built to bring the magic of Tyria to life. And then we have everything coming next. This is an interesting screenshot. It's like a Norn mixed with a Warden type of thing. Let's go back to here. Thanks for that link. Okay. Newsletter and beta opportunities. So is this the about? Oh, this is everything. Updates. Capital city is Ara. Yeah, the mountain thing is very interesting. Wait, did we see something about the capital city being Ara? Or is that just speculation? Because the capital city being Ara makes a lot of sense. Did I gloss over something? Oh, I completely missed. Today is just the beginning, and we know you have a lot of questions. You can look forward to hearing more in the coming weeks, including a look at the timeline and setting of Guild Wars 3, or the 6 gods in the capital city of Ara. I completely glossed over that. This is crazy. So crazy. So I guess this is everything we know about Guild Wars 3 thus far, and we will learn more in the morning. So I will not be able to sleep tonight. I'm definitely gonna have to be able to wake up. It's at 9 a.m. That's like 2 hours after I normally wake up. How exciting. I'm so excited. Oh, I cannot wait to learn more. Can't wait to see everything else that's going on.
But our planet answered.
Summer.
Awakening mighty weapons to stand against this.
Let me just double check.
Now,
Street Fighter, Stellar Blade.
In those who fight.
I'm kind of
long story short,
in all right now.
World's in trouble. Has been for a while.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
What's this Final Fantasy? I was looking at. Okay, going back to play Path of Exile 2, which you should play. Maybe one day I'll play more.
I'll make this quick.
Thanks for hanging out. I'm definitely excited for Guild Wars 3 stuff.
I can do this.
I'll have to DM 8Pod about guild stuff in the context of Guild Wars 3 sometime. I don't want to do too much, but I definitely want to do a little bit at least.
As far as I can tell, these things don't distinguish between friend and foe.
Save the planet by killing her protectors.
The invites will continue until you play or block me, whatever comes first. You know, the block does seem tempting.
Let us put your faith to the test.
But I do actually appreciate the invites, even if I'm probably not going to play for a while.
Never would have made it this far without you guys.
Is that the same website?
And I won't let you down.
I
promise.
Yeah, it's the same website.
There you have it, and no, he's not done yet. Please join me in welcoming back to Summer Game Fest the director of Final Fantasy VII Revelation.
I guess I wasn't the first person to post the Steam link.
I'm back. ようやくですね、このファイナルファンタジー7リベレーションをマルチプラットフォーム同時で、発表できたことを本当に嬉しく思います。
Oh my god. I've been scrolling the Guild Wars 2 subreddit. I wonder what the Guild Wars 3 subreddit's like.
I'm truly delighted to unveil Final Fantasy VII Revelation,
It's,
which is launching simultaneously on all platforms.
Guild Wars 3.
And we've only been able to come this far.
Let's live react to the comment thread here.
Who continue to believe in this story and waited for this moment with us.
今作のテーマは決意です。クラウドたちは最後の戦いに進むため、それぞれの決意と向き合います。
The central theme of this title is
Chunky
resolve.
Coden,
Cloud
Ancient
and his companions
Surf.
each
Wait,
confront their own destinies and find the resolve
Murata
to
10
march
had
toward
friend the
the
first
final
loss this time
battle.
went by.
そして私自身もこのシリーズを完結させるという決
A
意を
Surin
胸
that
に
used to live above ground and then went underground? It's
I
interesting.
too have carried a promise in my heart throughout this journey, the resolve to see the series through to its very end.
皆さんに最高の形でお届けします。ぜひ見届けてください。
We're committed to delivering this experience in its ultimate form. Please stay with us and witness what lies beyond that resolve.
Today, to help guide us on our path,
Seems like people are
please join
excited.
me in welcome to the stage. The voice.
Well, since it looks like Hygar?
of
Seems like people don't like the art.
Valentine,
I like the art a
Matt
lot.
Mercer.
Seems cool. Oh, I cannot wait for tomorrow.
Thank you very much,
Oh, Matthew Mercer.
Hamaguchi-san. It's truly a privilege to be
Jump
here with
scared.
you today.
I think they said his name earlier.
There's honestly so much to see in Revelation. I think we just kind of need to dive right in.
I fellow old Reddit enjoy it. Yeah, I prefer old Reddit, and then I saw the
I don't mind if I
the
do.
Guild Wars. Oh, it's on the Guild Wars 3 subreddit. Let me go back.
As we reunite with our heroes, the meteor looms in the skies above.
I look behind the curtain. I saw this statistic.
And the grave
this is specifically only the Guild Wars 3 subreddit, so maybe it's skewed.
Face the epic
but it shows the number of visits on the Guild Wars 3 subreddit based on device, and old Reddit is like just a tiny little sliver of everything. Which, to be fair, most of my views on Reddit are on Android, but when I'm on computer, I go on old Reddit instead of mobile web.
But how can you be expected to protect the whole world at once?
Reddit, I guess.
You need to cover ground fast.
I am not jumping. No way, no how.
Don't worry. These parachutes
Okay.
are top of the line.
Final
Pull
Fantasy.
a cord and pop.
I've never played
You'll
Final
be
Fantasy.
floating through the air like a feather.
Probably should one day.
At any moment in the open world, simply pilot the high wind to your
Yeah,
destination.
they've been doing a lot of
and
Final
take a
Fantasy
leap of
stuff
faith.
recently.
With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly from the sky above to the ground below. Where will the winds guide you first? That freedom is in your hands. But no matter your destination, to defeat your enemy, you'll need a fighting chance. And that starts with your trusted allies. At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone assembles at Cloud's side,
Blade's
forming
Edge.
an epic ensemble
Is this the game
of
we played?
heroes.
Is that, I don't know.
Each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever.
Fantasy.
But a good unit needs more than friendship to save the day. It needs a disciplined
I'm
combat
just
regiment.
stupid.
The hybrid battle system, established in
Disregard
Remake
anything I
and
was trying to
refined
say
in
there.
Rebirth,
Okay.
is perfected
Anyways.
in Revelation, putting even more power in your hands. In fluid, real-time action, seamlessly switch between party members to even the odds. Then, when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a suite of powerful new spells and abilities. Activate devastating synergies with your companions. And of course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
Yeah, once the main show's over, or it should be soon, I'll record a little bit and then I'll put together Guild Wars 3 video, everything we know. And then tomorrow morning, I'll watch all the news and I'll try to throw out together
Summoning
a
Ifrit
video
never gets
tomorrow.
old.
But it might be
There are truly some
late
chill-inducing
into the
fights ahead in
evening.
Revelation. I'm so excited to see all of your reactions. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm guessing you have a favorite character to play in battles?
I'm glad I was right about Guild Wars 3.
Might be a little biased.
Like, we've known
but
Guild Wars 3 has been coming
since you
for a
brought it
couple
up,
years now.
Let's have a
And like,
look
I
at our
really felt
newest
like this was going to be
coffin-dwelling
the Guild Wars 3
companion,
announcement.
Vincent Valentine.
I won't return to my coffin until we've put Sephiroth in his.
Vincent is a deft gunslinger, capable of delivering precise, high-yield shots. But there's more to this secretive former Turk than meets the eye. The result of experimentation at the hands of Shinra. Vincent can transform into the Galleon beast at the press of a button, gaining tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot, their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind.
Sid Highwind, the cantankerous pilot extraordinaire, joins the party and their mission to defeat Sephiroth. Sid's command of his lance allows him to rapidly close the distance for powerful strikes, or engage in sweeping area of effect attacks to bring a whole host of enemies to heel. But to fully control the battlefield, skill with a weapon only gets you so far. To further augment your combat capabilities, try this on for size. Function Integrated Tactical Suitwear, or the FITS system for short, allows you to further customize your playstyle with new uniforms imbued with unique movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, FITS gives you an extra edge in battle. And to face what's coming, you'll need all the strength you can muster. Sensing its fate hanging in the balance, the planet itself has unleashed its last line of defense. The weapons. Ancient beasts that are larger than life and capable of untold destruction. Will you be enough to stop them before it's too late? As the world is torn apart, you and your friends must unite. In Revelation, we come to the thrilling conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII saga. And your mission is clear. Take up your Buster Sword, equip your materia, and stand together. One last time.
These skies belong to me! Hope you're ready!
That's cool.
Well, thank you all. Thank you, Hamaguchi-san, for bringing us this extended look at Final Fantasy VII Revelation. I think I speak for all of us when I say we cannot wait to play it.
But Mark, I think we ended the video too early. I hate to leave a story unfinished.
Is that right? Well then, you better
Sent
take a look.
gold trophy for 1,000 jewels? Yeah, that seems cool, except I'm not really sure what this is. Hold on, let me figure it out. I'm gonna say thank you so much. I think that's the first time I've ever had this. This is so cool. Thank you so much. No idea where you got the jewels from.
At last, the promise is fulfilled.
I feel like I haven't really heard of this before.
Ends here.
I've heard of like super chats and whatnot.
There you have it. Final Fantasy VII Revelation coming to all platforms next spring, which is appropriate for today because SGF is really a celebration of games across all platforms. Thank you to Hamaguchi-san, Kiru-san, and the team at Square for that very special announcement. And thanks to Lucy for a great job coaching. Didn't she do great?
Thanks, Jeff. What an amazing way to end the show, but that's not all, because coming up right now is Day of the Devs with a look at many new independent game titles, including multiple new game announcements.
That's right, tons of awesome indie games, so make sure to stay tuned and watch that, and we will see you live this August in Germany for Gamescom Opening Night Live, streaming live on
End of
Tuesday,
Summer Game
August
Fest.
25th.
I'm gonna record a little
Until
bit
then,
and
have
throw
a
it
great
together
summer,
the video.
everybody.
But Guild Wars 3 confirmed is crazy, and I'm excited. But thank you so much for the jewels, and thank you so much for everyone who was watching. I'll try to get a video up as fast as possible, but it was just so exciting. I wonder if chat's blowing up. But I'm very interested to see the direction of the Guild Wars franchise, and I'm really, really excited to see what gets announced tomorrow. I wasn't logged in. But I'll go ahead and stream here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm so excited to see what's coming up next.